Very impressive winner of the National Hunt Chase at the festival, the back marker under Mark Walsh. They swing the left-hander, being led by Brave Man's Game. Ahoy Senor, runner-up in the race last year, is in second place currently, just in front of last year's winner Shishkin. Then Gerri Colombe goes along in fourth place. Behind Gerri Colombe is Gentleman's Game, then Thunder Rock and Corbett's Cross as they run into the back straight for the first time. And level up for fence number 4. Brave Man's Game up and over in front to Ahoy Senor, lands in second place. Behind those back in third, Shishkin. He's in company with Gerri Colombe. Next is Gentleman's Game. Then came Thunder Rock and Corbett's Cross as they now make their way over this next fence over on the back straight. All safely over. Now progress towards another open ditch. Fence number 6 coming. And it's Brave Man's Game. He leads by a length and a half to Ahoy Senor. He lands over in second place. Shishkin is towards his inside. And then Gerri Colombe, followed by Gentleman's Game, the nose-banded Thunder Rock, and the held-up Corbett's Cross. Once again, they're all safely over. Now race towards the turn that takes them on down the side of the course. It's Brave Man's Game and Harry Cobden that shows the way. Couple of lengths to Ahoy Senor and Shishkin. Only a length then back to Gerri Colombe under Jack Kennedy. And Gentleman's Game and Darragh O'Keefe, Thunder Rock, and then Corbett's Cross. Over the fence down the side, Brave Man's Game. Out in front, shows the way from Shishkin and Ahoy Senor. Gerri Colombe will make the corner for home this time in fourth place from Gentleman's Game. Then Corbett's Cross. He's now just moved by Thunder Rock as they head towards jump number 9. Brave Man's Game once again over with the lead. From Ahoy Senor, the red and black, and Derek Fox to the outside of Shishkin and Nico de Boinville, with Gerri Colombe back in fourth, and then Gentleman's Game, Corbett's Cross and Thunder Rock. Over that next open ditch, once again all are safely over. That was jump number 10 towards the 11th, which would be the last in another circuit's time. Brave Man's Game continues to show with the advantage from Ahoy Senor and Shishkin on his inner. And Gerri Colombe and Gentleman's Game from Corbett's Cross and Thunder Rock. Over that plain obstacle before one more final circuit in the William Hill Bowl Chase. And it's Brave Man's Game and Harry Cobden who are leading still, from Ahoy Senor in second spot. Shishkin toward the running rail in third. Then Gerri Colombe only a neck away then to Gentleman's Game to his outside. Corbett's Cross held together. Thunder Rock the back marker as they turn to head out into the back straight for the final time. And as they do so, they've yet to head Brave Man's Game. He's made every step in the bowl so far. Ahoy Senor and Shishkin are still disputing that second place. Only a length away to Gerri Colombe back in fourth. A neck then back to Gentleman's Game in his outside. Another 1.5 away to Corbett's Cross and then Thunder Rock. Sizing up fence number 12 now. Brave Man's Game landed out in front. He put in a good leap there. Still a length or so to Ahoy Senor. Shishkin racing to the inside of Gerri Colombe. Wider from those two, Gentleman's Game. Then Corbett's Cross and Thunder Rock. At fence number 13. Brave Man's Game took off in front. Shishkin a little untidy there, shaken up on the landing side, but he still remains every chance, racing towards another open ditch now. Fence number 14. Brave Man's Game, Ahoy Senor. These are still the leading two. Shishkin over in third. Then Gentleman's Game. Gerri Colombe is now just coming under a bit of pressure there. Bit of a shake of the reins perhaps. Then Corbett's Cross and Thunder Rock, who's ridden going in towards his final fence over on the back straight line. It was Brave Man's Game. He's still there. He led by a length and a half to Ahoy Senor. Shishkin nudged along in third. Gentleman's Game, the grey, travelling toward the outside of Gerri Colombe as they begin to head down the side of the course. Corbett's Cross has latched latched onto those two, and then came the push along Thunder Rock to the cross fence now. This will be 4 out. Brave Man's Game in front by a length over Shishkin, Ahoy Senor and Gentleman's Game. Then Gerri Colombe, who's now been shaken along. Corbett's Cross continues to stalk him, and they're leaving Thunder Rock behind. They turn their heads towards home then. Brave Man's Game has got them stacked up behind, leading a length over Ahoy Senor, the red and black, then the grey Gentleman's Game. Shishkin is poised in behind the yellow and black, then Gerri Colombe, who's trying to come back for more. Corbett's Cross staying on down the outside. That was a third from the end. Brave Man's Game about to be joined by Ahoy Senor. Shishkin looking to go just in behind them there. Then came Gentleman's Game. Corbett's Cross moves up with menace, and then Gerri Colombe plenty with a chance over the final open ditch. Ahoy Senor perhaps just in front briefly, but here comes Gerri Colombe and Corbett's Cross down the outside. Brave Man's Game, Shishkin and Gentleman's Game all close up behind on the run down towards the final fence. Gerri Colombe puts it up now to Ahoy Senor. Corbett's Cross is now making the run between horses at the final fence. Gerri Colombe and Ahoy Senor, they took off together. Corbett's Cross back in third. They're up the running now. Gerri Colombe to the outside of Ahoy Senor, who's battling all the way for the line, but it's out in front. Gerri Colombe's bowl, and Gerri Colombe has won the William Hill Bowl Chase, defeating Ahoy Senor. Back in third, Corbett's Cross, clear from Shishkin. Then Gentleman's Game and Brave Man's Game. Thunder Rock was pulled up.
It wasn't always pretty, but he's a very effective horse, a very consistent one, and a high-class one too. He was second in the Gold Cup and he's won the bowl. He is Gerri Colombe for Gordon Elliott with the 8 in the Grand National. Jack Kennedy has ridden in the silks of Rob Court. Ahoy Senor, cometh the hour, cometh Aintree, cometh the man. He's run a wonderful race for Lucinda Russell and Derek Fox. Corbett's Cross, a super run. He wasn't always travelling that sweetly, but he came snapping back on the bridle into the home straight. He's run home for third, and then you look back to Shishkin, who didn't get the clearest of runs. Gentleman's Game's run creditably, and Brave Man's Game has not really finished out his race, and that's rather characterised his efforts this season. But it is Gerri Colombe who has won the bowl.
Yeah, we've just seen a big move there from Jack Kennedy aboard Gerri Colombe as well. Between 3 out and 2 out, he was caught in that pocket between Shishkin and Gentleman's Game, and it could have gone wrong for him in the way that it went wrong for Shishkin up the home straight, not really getting much room to manoeuvre, but Kennedy pulled him out, well aware, a long way from home, that he needed to get rolling, and Gerri Colombe needed that space to be able to really get galloping and gather up his momentum, and he was able to do that after the switch that he made soon after the third last fence, and I do think that's really helped this horse to come home in the manner that he has.
No need for lots of discussion, wasn't it, in the Cheltenham Festival last season about would he have won had he been able to be hit once or twice more. In fact, by the line here, Jack's put his stick down. It's hands and heel stuff. He knows he's got the measure of them, but this is one of the premier Grade 1 staying prizes in Britain or Ireland, and you've got 6 of them covered by about 2 lengths at the second and third last. Now, we mentioned how the manifesto was a different style of race to how the Turners had been. This was definitely a different type of race to the Gold Cup, and I think it reflects well on Gerri Colombe that he's won probably despite it.
Terrific finish. Ahoy Senor, winner of the Sefton, overhauled by Shishkin in this last year, has run a fantastic race today, and that must give Lucinda Russell great hope, not just for Corach Rambler in the Grand National, but for Jivinko tomorrow. Apple Away running later in the week as well.
Yeah, the remarkable thing with him, a horse who in general he's really inconsistent, but his Aintree form figures now read 2 1s and 2 2s.
But for that move, I think Jack Kennedy wouldn't have won this race. It was decisive and crucial.
Exactly, and I do think that has been a real difference maker, and it's a long way out, but you've got to have that vision to see where things are going, how things are developing ahead of you, and understanding that the horse that you're under. And I do think that little manoeuvre, although it was only slight, it has made a significant difference in the race.
Yeah, Brave Man's Game, he's disappointing again, isn't he? He's had a fairly soft lead, he's cut out again, cheap pieces have made no odds to the good or the bad, but Shishkin was caught behind him as the race was unfolding. Things started to get messy at the 4th last, and he also made that mistake in the back, Nick, and he just found himself in the wrong position, covered up on the inside and able to get a clear run at things. And what we've seen from him lately is a horse who wants some winding up nowadays and some green grass to attack, as we saw in the King George, where it was him in front making that move into the straight.
Ahoy Senor, I mean, he jumps a notoriously difficult jumping track like the Mildmay course better than he goes anywhere else.
Is that the best he's ever jumped? I didn't see a mistake all the way around. Normally there's one even around